Hello everyone, and welcome back to Block Tales, where we resolve all of yesterday's problems. I will note that this was done in a much later event, and because we can't actually get the ability to rescue Gleeful until much later, and this will also be the last time you see Gleeful, since there's never a good time to bring him out. So yeah, anyway, after said some weird things, after we got the ghost sparkle, not gonna lie, I think that the dialogue and the things over there, it felt a bit weird. I might be overthinking it. Let's go to the beach, or more likely the desert. But after everything we learned from the hatred fight, these enemies are rather easy. I mean, of course, they're not final boss, but still. The like sword slate and the slingshot, the boss of this peak, the spiky devil, as it's called, the spiky devils, all dealt with in one turn, not even, like half a turn. And of course, yeah, so anyway, we can just go on to the next noteworthy thing, the vultures, because trust me, their beak heals it was definitely the way I died several times. It does 24 damage and just kind of happens to all enemies. So yeah, it definitely did take me, thanks to just that enemy alone, it took me a bit more longer than it should have, but in the end I still made it to the end to finally fight our first real boss of this chapter, the Great Khan, man. Melavaccini or whatever it's called. Palazzi, the Great Palazzi. Yeah. So after we pick up his part on the completions from this thing, we of course have to put the most important thing since, well, some of our choices, when we think about it, we did kind of screw over one person in particular more, and it's like, yeah, that does kind of suck. But yeah. So we didn't notice why I just go through this dialogue choice and stuff, just to see how it goes. So let's just skip ahead to the choice area. And that being, of course, his piece. Because, you know, you can't let Jim die. I mean, I guess the guardian's still around, but still. I kinda feel bad about that now. It actually made the one harder to do, but hey. What can you do? And of course, the genie doesn't do it because, like I said, he's a great con, man. Or whatever. Like, I've never seen him cast any noteworthy spells. Well, I guess you will. Well, I guess you will be. Because you have to hold on to that. Because we're about to see him cast several spells, in fact. Since he is the next boss after we annoyed him by wanting to ask for his chip in the bottle. And that begins our encounter. So, while a simple battle, we start Cruel King. We have +1 defense to just counter his money power, and we have a good set of items. Of course, since we don't have access to the shop yet, we're still relying on basically the revival card to bring us back. So yeah, keep that in mind. But this battle is difficult on that factor alone. So yeah. Again, luckily for us, Cruel King has an attack that always allows us to attack flying units. It's called his staff. Yeah. And he'll always do that attack here because of the fact that she is a flying unit, and from my understanding, they won't do attacks that do nothing. I don't think I ever saw him use this heal, at least not after like the first specific round or something. But of course, the witch attack in particular, while it is strong, a lot of the damage comes from the one-point pellet things, and as we already discussed the Rebond Smash fight, one damage thing gets completely countered by defense stuff. It doesn't matter that we take more, that the amplifier is resistant, no pain at all, no. We don't take 2 damage, we just take 0. Since it happens afterwards. But of course, what doesn't happen afterwards is a card to your face, removing both buffs that we so technically forgot to ourselves. Oh well, a mantra and then just use the start using a wild super type thing like that. I should use that wild control, but I didn't. Anyway, after we have to do the thing on my own, taking this out. Yeah. I think that was the end of this round. Many witches was a good thing there as well for looking, who basically kind of takes the most amount of damage from it comparatively. Anyway, after reassessing what we actually need, we also learned this is in fact the boss battle that lets you skip the cutscene after you've already lost to it once. Fun fact. Yeah, it's like you just have to like hold shift to skip over the hatred. It's one. So of course we start around the same thing here, of course, because you can only spend one action to do something. We can spend our 2 actions to do 2 things. It's all just a matter of aesthetics. Because that's what's happening. Because yes, you call for the mannequin to actually do something. So yeah. And also the fact that we can't attack the mannequin, like, definitely is something that makes this whole battle walk anyway. So funny how that goes. And of course, I think that using garlic on that point, but the slingshot is able to hit effectively every unit equally. You hit flying units, it's a sword, so it's immune to spiky units. If you large performance units, spiky units, it's still on the spiky level. So yeah, the slingshot is kind of a good all round one. That's 1 more point of damage than a sword would for its value. So yeah, although a sword definitely does have more tricks up its sleeve than slingshot do. And that's the thing that you have to keep in mind there as well. And of course there's also the rocket launch sword, which has its uses, but not one of the uses would be if we dealt with 3 enemies at once and you just need to destroy 2 of them in an instant. You can aim at the middle one and then being boom, the weak force would happen easily. And yeah, I think effectively that happened last time happened again. But you see this doing because we suck with chip instead of a matcha. And of course we then use fun thing to do extra damage and poison. So that he gets hit by more fame. And all the other flesh nowadays, so he gets already quite famous. Although I also blocked all of the witches with his feet. And now, if all that he's now set, well, Genie is now set to a final damage range. Well, just do anything. I kind of thought this for some reason. Like, literally anything would be able to beat him now. And it's just, he's off to use stuff. Boop. 50 damage. It's completely useless since we can just use the slingshot to make the goal. In fact, that's one since it allowed him to attack Full King. And of course, allowed all the overall. And that's he got a ship in the bottle, allowing us to, after of course, waiting a bit till we can get away from here since we still don't have a good way of getting back here just yet. The fascinating thing about that, we can now get our magical ship in the bottle and begin sailing. So yeah, that's useful. after we go on today, we finally encounter our next major roadblock. The faithful pirates, or the mutineers I will call them. That'll be able to go right in front of this story. So yeah, after overhearing the conversation about wanting to betray the captain, to get the gold and all that, they attack us in particular, which means the force of pirates we faced. Sorry for spoilers there, but the reason why I'm showing you, I'll probably show you that battle as well, just because both of these battles are mandatory and, well, might as well. This is where I used the wild capacity at Aemon, and use ball, where I immediately forgot how to dodge gun. So yeah, you can tell how this first round went. With a couple of sword strikes, and alright, there we go. Already down to a bit of HP. Forgetting how everything works, you mean most of the time they have venom sinkers. That do that. And I learned that the swords allow you can heal through swords. That's neat. All you need is a wallet. But of course they do a lot of damage, and well, yeah. We'll have to try this fight again. So, after getting back to full HP, which, I mean, he just kind of did that after waking up, we continue off with the second battle. Well, fun facts. Before this one, you have to go through the entire conversation again, which means they expected you to lose to Fellini a lot more than these idiots. I mean, I guess. But I'm pretty sure overall I did the same amount both times. And and those sort of things on we got this time we use rocket launcher instead for that AoE thing I was talking about. So yeah, we basically get to deal with that, and we use launcher as well to heal a lot more health. And we actually have SP this time, and they attack us instead of Full King gains their Corn and Mazes to beat them up to go heal us a little bit. That the long delay sword swing is still a pain. I will not admit. But a quick revive and some dusting off is all that's needed. So that we can now then use the so we can get some things, and then use a Nuzzle Venom Sink to deal damage and heal up, since that is Explodic and Venom Sink is a strong combo. We also block those bullets, and Skull King deals with the them. And with that, we deal with the mutineers after getting past some pirates and then meeting the captain, our mutual partner for the Western chapter, Calypso. We can now go off and complete the puzzles of this place and encounter the next major battle, which, fun fact, is gonna be more pirates. Hooray! And yeah, and the pirate camp, this was when I got the Creeper bottle. So yeah, now I think maybe outside one more thing that's basically on Creeper. But yeah, we can also go down here and see empty place. Fun fact, if you get to this point in the video, I might ask you this question: do you guys actually want to see me complete like the pit and well, Finn McCool, who's Steel Fun Fact spoilers? But yeah. Currently I'm planning to end the series off here, but I mean if you guys want to see more, then I'm more than happy off to do it, because if there is no reply, I might still do it at some later date, although that later date might end up being after chapter 5 is released, so keep in mind of that. But yeah, besides that, we can also have some operations really more actually the what we're looking for. We can now go on to the next fight, and that being the Band of 4 Pirates. Because apparently the battle against 3 pirates wasn't a hard battle already. Now they have to add a 3rd gunman. And that does make a world difference, because 2 gunmen can paralyze both me and Cruel King if came to it. There was also a time when I used Gleeful. a lot of more Gleeful cameos. I told you that nearing the end, not that the actual end. But yeah. The main reason why we don't see Gleeful more is because of the factoid about how Gleeful and Hell mode operate in the sense of it doesn't. You see, we take a lot of damage, but that's usually counteracted by the fact that the ally we pick does not take a lot of damage. But as you see, because I did just enter the battle again, you can see what happens when that isn't the case, when they have a funny feature that makes them take just as much damage as us. Because usually Gleeful's only want to take like 8 damage heal. Yeah, I think 8 damage and stuff. You know, things that are manageable, things that can be healed. The sword slices are not as healable, but hey, they're on me, so it's not now that much. And you know, just things can wake him up from that. And I mean, yeah, we got this Schwarzine helmet look from the item thing as like I'm not too lazy to actually get but still, you know, from healing and stuff, we can prepare for things well. So another, I wanna say I was gonna be a Rocket Launcher movie, but yeah, Rocket Launcher. Rocket Launcher the same 3 people again. And follow him, so he's on, he gets guard up, it's not the best, but hey, it's useful. And yeah, now they take less damage while we can solid. Smaller. It's funny how that item works. I'm pretty expect all 3 for defensive buffs together to make a super tank that can tank even all of Hell mode attacks, so make it look like you took in normal, realistic damage thresholds of like cherry pie. I mean, you can only really get only one person safe skin, and then a garlic. There's all 3 different types buffs, so yeah, that will cost me. And of course, going down quickly, and we just go down again. But yeah, I think, wow, this place is a place where you can finally start getting first aid kits, and but does it matter for this fight since you do this kind of not. I debated on switching cards. But yeah, okay, what's on this fight then? Yeah, no. Effectively, Gleeful's bodyguard ability is what makes him a awesome card for this one. Because usually, there's a beneficial card that allows you to split damage that you take from one ally to the other. The problem is then after the multiplication. This means, instead of people taking like 6 damage and us taking 12, instead we both take 24, and that's a massive difference. That basically means that Gleeful will die in a matter of turns. Like, if you think the Cruel King would have gone down, no, yeah, in the one turn, Cruel King only went down to like half HP. Gleeful with Bodyguard up would be dead. So yeah, no, that's just not something we have to deal with. I also used Ghost Buckle this time around because of the fact that he was so low, and they seem to like attacking him. But of course, the Cruel King can still do 5 damage, and well, then they can do that. Sadly, our defenses go away because level guarding does not actually save guard, only super guarding does. So basically, the Ghost Walker is a much more weaker ability on the simple fact that we can't keep it up level. If we could have, then it would be incredible, but sadly, that's not how this is on the table. And yeah, luckily they attack us twice against the Cruel King. Let's let them do this. Kind of them all frozen. this battle basically ends here now because we can just kind of win. Of course, after eating this with Sandy twice, and then I mean, it's that as a 4-pointer. It's not that useful. It's like, when will we ever need a 4-pointer? It's a bit more health item plus, but like, 4 HP is not a lot. It's like, that's a Borgo, and we've already outscaled Ball for like several chapters ago. Like, chapter 2 was when we outscaled Borgo. Actually, chapter 1 was when we outscaled it. Because of the Queen Borgos. I mean, I guess it would be useful if we survive that, but we don't because of the power of scaling them, so it's not like battles. And yeah, with that and some things, let's do those. And of course, we can just end battle here, like hitting him with several attacks, and then poking him to finish him off. And thus, ending the pirate encounters. Anyway, so after getting to the temple, and well, the very important style gameplay changing decision of having Calypso be formally joined to our party for the duration of this. This basically means that we won't be having another call for help card active ever. Because, well, with our normal strategies, when will Calypso ever go down? And by the time Calypso goes down, why not just continue attacking? So, yeah. That is a thing to mind there. So, this means that, well, I did have Griefer nailed again. We won't be seeing him for the rest of this chapter. And that's meaning that you did see the last rough cameo of Griefer. I hope you enjoyed it. And he was supposed to see you winning, but yeah, no, the cutscene is, yeah, the trap still trigger and Calypso still saves you despite the spikes clearly being way above my head at this point since it's a shrink potion. But you know how it goes. Plot. And look at that, we're already here. Yes. It's a rather quick journey despite everything. Because there's not much of note that is really affected by Hello besides random enemies that, with Calypso's help, we kind of deal with rather quickly. So, yeah, with that, we just go immediately straight off to the Guardian fight. Or to the Temple Guardian fight specifically. Where we use the power of Piracy, something since we, well, since I already showed you that we have unlocked Griefer, we have also unlocked the more powerful and useful double item combos. This allows us to basically just get some of the strongest items in the game. Like for example, those apple pies that we needed from the last round, or all these new cherry pies that can help 2 people out heal 10 HP and goddamn give defense +2. Very powerful stuff. And also, I can't realize how useless the relic ability on the Guardian is, and also failing to know the timing of the flame tools is not great as well. But hey, one ones can solve anything because 10 HP healing is 10 HP healing. And I also thought about things that yes. Yeah, it seriously took a long time to figure out if I should heal or use the attack. I mean, this isn't healing because that's, yeah, except for the heals anyway, so it's not like too much. And I heal slow, so it's fine. That's it. You are not. And that's become enough. I'm pretty sure I've tried out the down force instead of the other one, but you know, on priority defenses. A lot of excuses. Also, I didn't get up at this time, so yeah, mouse weapons to deal with all the full power. And now that we can now go try to. And we barely survived that. It's grand. It's completely useless information. Because we don't survive that. Yeah, it's like people playing the Guardian fight. I wasn't actually playing the left-hand forced because AoE attacks are the bane of your existence. Just factually, don't let them do AoE attacks constantly. It hits your helmet characters hard and damages the people who aren't, and basically means that bodyguarding does not help you. But anyway, what does help you is a ram trick, and that the battle basically ends quickly here. But so putting up more 10 HP healing and defenses, we then get hit by another fire attack, just to heal off of the function of here. And now we can just, well, whittle him down. Of course, I tried to use Flame Boots heal, failed physically. And this guy got, and this is sacrifice. We got hit by a bite. Basically, go down. I tried to just go down, so he only had negative buffs at that point. I could have healed to save myself, but I chose not to. So that we can just go like eat a garlic now, which will decrease defenses and basically continue onwards. And the guy basically is one of those enemies that does enough damage to knock us out instantly. So yeah, there's no point me healing any of this guy using sorts of things. You are very iconic. Dying at 0, cheating at 0 HP hasn't gone. And so with that, we finally land, and well, find that the crew has already gone. It's already the gap's already gone. So with that, our supposed to do is to climb up the podium where the flame brand is, and begin our next fight with the one, the only Captain Throttle. So I'm not going to lie on this first attempt. I was definitely overconfident because despite me having already completed the pit in my normal playthrough, I still underestimated Captain Throttle here. Like so, he's a single guy. That was pretty much my thought process. Like, what made that battle hard? The fact there was 3 of him and a motivator. It's famous as being they wasted like my first turn killing the motivator. But one Captain Throttle this time. It's gonna be fine. I don't need my reviving methods. Yeah. No, as you'll see. So, yeah. After he believes that Calypso is in leagues with us, and that we even knew about the sacrifices, but in fact, in this one too as well, I also did not look at any single hieroglyphs outside the first one. Maybe you don't see any single hieroglyphs. There might be puzzle dialogue, but no, I don't. I think Calypso. I think we can get to this point anyway, because we're not talking about about the hieroglyphs, not talking about not even looking at the hieroglyphs at all. The simply speed running through the cave. We will still get to the Guardian fight with them talking about how about sacrifice and all that. So yeah. There's not much we can do about it, since, plot. That's been this long story, so all this. Well, it makes sense in the first one too, but sadly, in the second one, you fall to the courses that is plot devices. So, with Throttle taking up the firebrand and calling us mutinos, it has gone full circle now. We now begin the fight in the platform. So basically, Control is a very important lesson because, well, we can hypnotize him and slow him. That's very useful to tactics you need to find out, fun fact. Of course, I tried to slow him and tried to hypnotize him, but both fails. You will not be dizzied, no slowed, and once you try to start him, we'll get the slingshots. these are kind of things. And note that how that whole kind of goes. Both of Bell for you see. So this is what kind of those things really teaches you, and that is value. Basically is what I'm calling it. Well, I basically hinted to this as with the grief of fight. Well, the grief for health. We call health not the fight. Well, the thing that's, if the bodyguard, bodyguard or clips in this case, gets hit by an attack, it does go fine. If I take the attack, they take all the damage. As you saw, Calypso took 16 hit points worth of damage. So, note that this is blocked. Yeah, that was indeed blocked. It means if we don't block an attack, Calypso just kind of dies. And that's not great. Of course, you can repel as far around and things and throw barrels around and yeah, see, and note about the blocking barrel thing as well. It doesn't do things like Slate, like whole battle fire does not produce the damage of barrel toss if it hits me instead. And that's a massive problem. So yeah, like I said, I don't actually know if a complete from floor 40 to 41 of Hell Mode pit was actually possible, since you'd still have to go through the genie, you'll still have to fight the seal, you'll still have to go through the Temple Guardian as well against attack all of them. This Temple Guardian has the move, the sword mechanic. You'll basically be on your own there. Yeah. This kind of reason why I might not end up doing the pit one, sadly. I mean, again, if you guys want to see it, then I'll see if I can attempt to do it. I mean, I completed floors 1 through 20. Getting stuck on floor 21 to 34. So yeah, after realizing my grave mistake and getting the goddamn first aid kit back, we are given access to skipping the cutscene again. It means that this, I guess it's only granted to boss fights nowadays. That's something to keep in mind. And yeah, that was like this time around I'm not holding it back. We're using the power juices, we're using the alpine, we use the first aid kit in case it matters, because yeah, not letting the same mistake happen twice. So with that, we immediately switch off from bullet defense to blade defense, and then flip to help heal the blade defense and puts him back into ball defense. Well, it means we can now just continue the pendulum swing and use the slingshot again. So yeah, and this is realistic. The fact that, and I'm certain a full party Helmo one is possible just because of how many horns you'll be getting, and the chance is that you'll be getting 4 horns. Solo might be possible for long. If you just simply went through the pit and then turned on Hell Mode at the very end, it would be absolutely possible. Because you could just be at full HP and full SP. You could just dodge every attack because it's boosted with the off. But I don't know if it's going to be possible for a full one. And the main reason because 3 Captain Throttles is hard to deal with. But at the same time, as you see in this fight, you can just beat Blitz 1 Captain Throttle and, well, that'll be that. Although, keep in mind that it'll be 3 rounds of attacks, then 2, and then you'll need to call help at one point. You probably want to win Callisto for that, that's for survivability. I don't know if that, and yeah, once one barrel hits you, your partner's already gone. So yeah. So anyway, with Captain Throttle's defeat, we finally enter the last round of the fight. 4. I mean, funny enough, you can just you don't need to engage with him immediately and spell things. So after a long series of preparations after a long series of preparations, we finally enter the cutscene where Captain Twaddle and Calypso talk. He talked about how all this, how the sword is affecting him and all that jazz. So it's something you may have noticed that you have to really get to a point where we speed up the gameplay for this at all, and there's a reason for that. For you see, the ancients are nowhere near as deadly as hatred ever will be. Surprise, surprise! The power of having all the items will ever need, along with the fact that he doesn't have the instant kill tactics, makes him an easier fight. Calypso helps a lot as well. I won't lie about that as well, but even then, it's not like Calypso's that big of a help because, well, who was the place of like Quill King or something? So it's not like it matters that much. Although I guess he does have her own revival tactics, and basically preservation is like one of the things he can do very well for Battle Cry. Since he gets 10 HP, that then continues. That then is effectively doubled by half defense by halving damage is strong. And yeah, after the ancients have they'll talk about how about sacrifices and all that. It's on to the very first battle of this portion. I mean, of course, the honor hatred where I had to basically learn a new tactic, learn how other people fought him, but it's still a difficult fight. I mean, it's not like we have. It's not like 1 plus 4 BP card destroys his strongest attack just by existing or anything like that. No, that's silly. And yeah, so that's lead off of this battle. yeah, if you know my first try, not that big surprise. I kind of hinted at it heavily with my dialogue last time. Truly, hatred is a difficulty spike. And the only other, like, I would say, extremely difficult fight we have left that can rival hatred is Finn McCool, but he's a post-game boss. He's like, yeah, he's a super boss, sexy, yeah, post-game super boss type guy, so we don't even need to fight him at all, and I won't lie, we'll probably, even if we got aggressor, we'll never use it because, unlike in a normal one, we take so much damage that, yeah, we do need to rely on the fact of scrolling HP existing to not just die instantly, you know? Which is something I didn't really realize until after this playthrough. Well, yeah, it's like 4 times damage is a lot. It's not hard to comprehend that until you actually do a one like this, where you see even weak enemies doing like double-digit HP. Like the lowest anything can ever do is 4 damage. And this is a game where an HP up is 5. Well, we can only have 30 BP. Well, numbers are rather low. Like, we're only gotten, like, at this point in time is the only time we've ever gotten to where we can have, like, triple digit HP. And that's if you were to dump everything into HP at this point. And you'll still probably die in, like, 2 hits to even to some of the strong enemies, let alone the strongest, who could probably kill you in 1 turn. So yeah, that's done. So leaves over the lots of more effective boss at this point in time, and we get the file band. So yeah. Again, we're also coming up to the time, well, nearing the end of the month. So after some balloon videos, you'll get to hear me talk about another thing from, well, another thing that I find weirdly influential to me. Last time, for those who want to know, I effectively picked up the channel back around June, and I wanted to have something special every end of the month. I sadly missed it last time and thought on like the 4th or 2nd of this month, but I should have given myself enough time to allow me to do it this time around. So yeah, if you want to stay tuned for that. And this, thank you all so much for watching. See you next time. More bubbles to come. See ya.